Hey, Midtown Church, Pastor Bob here, and as Easter is approaching, I just want to talk about something that I think will be affirming to Christians, and I think it'll be maybe a little challenge to people who are not believers. We celebrate the resurrection, obviously. Easter's Super Bowl Sunday for Christians, but a lot of people who don't believe in the resurrection, they do believe in a lot about Christ. They believe that Christ lived in the ancient Near East in Palestine. They believe that Christ was a great human being and that he was a teacher and that he had great teachings and morality and also had justice works in him as well. Wanted to serve the poor, etc. But they don't believe in the resurrection. And most of those people who don't believe in the resurrection believe that those of us who are Christian believe in the resurrection just because the Bible told us so. It's a little more sophisticated than that. As it turns out, there were several independent writers who wrote of Jesus' life, death, and resurrection. They claim to have met him post-death. And those same writers, the ones who talk about the resurrection, are also the same writers that give us everything else that non-believers do believe. So the Sermon on the Mount and all Jesus had to say about the poor and helping the poor and all of his morality, etc. The same people who wrote all those great things that you believe also wrote about the resurrection of Christ. And so that leaves a little bit of a challenge there, because I understand why it's desirous to want to divorce the resurrection from all of Jesus' goodness. But what you're really saying is, I want to raise Jesus' teachings, I want to raise Jesus' morality, I want to raise Jesus as a human, but I want to keep his body in the grave. And these writers who you got everything from, sometimes you even quote their words, they also wrote about a post-resurrected Jesus living. So I say all that to say is, man, those of us who believe, we get everything that comes with believing in the resurrection. We get the knowledge that God actually can supersede all of the laws of science and intervene into our reality and do things that break scientific laws, like raise someone from the dead. And with that, God can do some other things too. He can help you beat your addiction. He can help you break your bad patterns. He can restore a marriage that went south. He can do all these wondrous things and more, like completely transform your life by believing in the resurrection. You have access to that power. So all of that is to say, that's why Easter Sunday is Super Bowl Sunday for believers. You guys have a great Easter. We'll talk to you soon.